So I want to talk about two major risks before considering purchasing Roblox. Speaking of Roblox, one of their biggest investor is Cathie Wood. She owns about 12 million shares worth roughly 450 million, but it only represents about 3% of her entire stake. Now, one thing from a technical standpoint, if you look at the monthly chart, is price is in the middle between the two extremes. You have resistance at $50, and then you have support down at $25. So price is roughly at, say, $40. And if this was a football field, with this being one end zone and down here being another end zone, you can say price is at the 40-yard line. Um, Going to the weekly chart, again, you can see the range-bound price action a bit better. Now, momentum to the upside has waned. There's many ways to look at this. I could say this is the beginning of an M pattern, which is a bearish reversal pattern. You can look at this being a bullish flag formation. So there's many ways to look at it. So when you get to a point where you're dissecting and kind of concluding multiple, say, patterns, the best thing to do is zoom out. And so for me, you short here at 50, you buy here at 25. That's really simple. In this middle area, the buyers and sellers are equally distributed, and so you're going to have a lot of chop, right? There's a reason why price declines north of $45 and climbs north of, say, $27, right? It's just the imbalance between buyers and sellers. All right, now let's get into this article. The company delivered a solid performance in 2023 with revenue and bookings improving by 26 and 23% respectively. Investors were delighted as these numbers suggest that the worst of headlines could be behind it. Now, Roblox is a classic example of a solid growth stock. The game company also doubled its quarterly revenue from 387 million in the first quarter of 2021 to 750 million in the final quarter of 2023, less than 3 years after it went public in March of 2021. Except for a brief period in the second half of 2022, its revenue has grown at a double-digit and triple-digit percentages. Now, it's difficult to make reliable predictions about Roblox performance with the limited information available. Second, the lack of historical data makes it harder to assess the management team's will and ability to navigate different business cycles and challenging times. Now, it doesn't help that Roblox remains a loss-making business despite its rapid expansion over the years. Roblox generated a positive operating cash flow of 458 million, up 24% year over year. This suggests that further improvement in operating leverage and future growth could finally turn the losing-making company around. All right, here's a second risk. It's overvalued. As of the writing, the stock trades at a price-to-sales ratio of 8.6. While this ratio is below its 5-year average of 15.9, it remains high compared to other leading technology companies. For instance, Alphabet trades at a price-to-sales ratio of 5.6. So what does it all mean for investors? Got solid growth in 2023. Should remove concerns about the viability of the business model. Still, buying the stock today is not without risk. Investors must be willing to accept the drawbacks of investing in a young company. It doesn't help that the stock is trading at a rich valuation, offering investors little margin for safety. And again, from a technical standpoint, the best levels to have purchased the price was down, we'll just say sub $30. As you can see, if you put a buy entry at 30 and a sell, so a stop loss at 24, you would have been handsomely rewarded, roughly 2-to-1 reward to risk ratio. The fact that price is in limbo, there's no real setup. Again, be patient. One doesn't get paid for being haste. One gets paid for waiting. for their setup to occur. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, please. Like the video.